Hey guys, so I'm out here picking my daughter up and I ran across this video. This is a very important video. I need you to share this with whomever you need to share it with, because I have an account at this bank and I will definitely be sharing it with my family to let them know, hey, it's some stuff that's going on right now with these banks and we need to be watching out, paying attention, because your money is in there. Check this out. Hitting that like button will help push it out. If you don't want to share the video, fine. Hit the like button and let the algorithm push it out to everybody it needs to get out to.
If you have a Navy Federal account, you may want to hear this. This video is going to be kind of long, so if you don't have the attention span, keep scrolling. But those of you who stay, listen up. Last Sunday, I went to buy some gas, and I took my credit card and waved it across that contactless card thing on the gas pump. And it said declined with a 500 code. So I looked up the 500 code. It really doesn't tell you anything. So I called Navy Federal. They're open 24/7. When I called them, I explained what happened. And the representative, it was a woman, and she looked it up. And she said, oh yeah, they put a hold on your account today. I said, a hold for what? She was like, hold on. And then, she's reading, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, they need to verify your identity. I said, verify my identity? What do you mean? Is there something going on in my account? Well, no. Okay, so you need to verify my identity for what? I've been at this bank since what? The early part of 2000 or 2001? And you need to figure out who I am in 2026? Are you serious right now? So she was like, yeah, we're going to send you an email. And they sent me an email. But the email, when I opened it up, it read like new member. And I'm like, new member? That's crazy. And they wanted me to upload a SS-89 form for the Social Security Administration, proof of ID of who I am, and proof of my address. So I uploaded the 3 pieces that they requested. After I uploaded it, I called back the next day. But I had got a confirmation probably an hour after I uploaded the stuff. So the next day, when I called back, I said, the restrictions are still on my account. Can you remove them? Because I have uploaded what you requested, and I got a confirmation email. And they were like, well, we need 3 to 5 business days. I was like, 3 to 5 business days? You have locked up all of my money. 3 to 5 business days? Well, yeah, that's what it says here. I says, but what's going on? Well, we can't tell you anything. You can't tell me anything. This is my account, but you can't tell me anything. You lock up my money and that's just it. She was like, well, it's with the security team. We can't tell you anything. Okay. So that was Monday. Federal part 2. So after Monday, Tuesday came, I went online and I did a lot of research. I found a lot of Reddit threads because people really spilled the tea over there. I found dozens of people experiencing the same thing. Last person being about 13 days ago, but that was 2 days ago. So now it's 15 days. And they said Navy Federal locked their accounts up and will not say anything, will not give them any information, and they don't understand what's going on. And they had been members at Navy Federal for some time, like Navy Federal Part 3. Navy Federal Part 4. Anyway, so I'm pissed off. And what do? File a complaint with the CFPB? Well, I can, but I don't know how much of a difference it'll make because the Trump administration pretty much gutted the CFPB. Navy Federal Part 5. Now, are we at the point where we need to start taking our money out of these institutions and putting it back in our mattress? Maybe. I can't tell you what to do. I only can tell you what happened to me and hope I can prevent it from happening to you and help you plan accordingly. You have to know that these banking institutions can freeze up your accounts whenever they feel like it. Only thing they need to do is grab onto some law or say they need to verify your identity, and boom, your money is locked down until they say you can have access to your money, which is utterly insane and ridiculous. People in that Reddit thread talked about the devastating impact of not having access to their money. As you can imagine, they couldn't buy food. They couldn't pay for their cars. They couldn't pay rent. You get where I'm going with this. So I just caution you, always have a plan B, whatever that looks like. You don't want to be stuck. Now, lastly, this situation of mine has not been resolved, and I expect it may be resolved by next week, unless they come back asking for my passport and my birth certificate. And then we know where they're going with that.
It was a long story, so I will be speeding her part up because she talks as slow as I do, and I talk really slow. So not slow up here, but I just talk slow. My cadence is slow. And so what you need to understand is when you put your money in these accounts, what they're doing with the digital ID, the biometric, all of that stuff is going into the financial system. Everything is tying in together. And so they need these forms now, because when they put that one system together where everything is linked, they have the ability to lock you out of your account. You won't have access to your money. You can't get gas. You can't buy food. you can't buy or sell. Think about that. And so you won't be able to do those things. So I encourage you to keep some cash on you, even though they'll say we're going to a cashless society. Let that system get hacked and they can't use it. Then they're going to flip back and say, okay, well, we'll accept cash. Keep you some cash on hand. I found some books on TikTok where you can save money in the books. I can't think of it right now, but if I can find it, I will leave it linked under tagged products or something like that. But y'all, this is serious. They can lock you out of your accounts. This is not the first time this has happened. I've done multiple stories on this. This is just a fresh story of this actually happening. And so don't think that it's just the Navy Federal. This applies to all banks. Even when I got my account with Navy Federal, because my husband had one with them for a while, him and the kids, but I never, got one under him because he was military. Now I have one. And so now that I have one, I actually had to fill out that form that she was talking about, with the ID and all of that stuff. I had to give them that. Otherwise, they will lock your account. So be warned. You are warned. Pass this on.